Black History Month really doesn't need to exist, and it's not helpful. Before you grab your pitchforks, hear me out.
I'm not going to hear you out because here's my thing. Conservative platforms have a huge problem with using people who are not of Black American descent to talk on Black American traditions, Black American heritage, and Black American culture. This woman in this video is not Black American. She is Nigerian and white American. There's nothing wrong with that, but my thing is, why not use Black conservatives who are of Black American descent to talk on Black American issues, Black American holidays, and Black American celebrations? When you use Black immigrants to speak on Black American issues and kind of put down Black American issues and Black American holidays and traditions, you're using blackface, and that's wrong. It needed to be said, and I'm not going to repeat myself again. Stop using Black immigrants to speak on Black American holidays, Black American traditions, and Black American heritage. Thank you and good night. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. First of all, it's the new year. Can I get a woo woo? And second, it is the second season of my YouTube. Now I do apologize. I have been gone for maybe a month or longer because I just have had a lot going on in my life, in my personal life. Good things that I've had to overcome, but you know I'm still here. So I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting me. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also, if you would like to support me in any way, make sure you click the links that I have down below and donate at least $1 to my Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo. So I'm here. This is the first episode of my second season, and let's get started. Now, getting into this video today, we will be talking about Black History Month, and I just want to say happy Black History Month to all my brothers and my sisters. And one thing I want to really advise you to do is dig deep into your history and honor those this month who have made a way for you to be in the place that you are today. But first, before I get into the meat of the video, I actually want to talk about the video that was shown before my intro in the beginning of this video. And I made the reaction that I did to the video to kind of address the problems that I'm seeing with a lot of conservatives as it pertains to Black History Month. And what are those problems, you might ask? Well, I'll go ahead and tell you. I am starting to notice that if conservatives or Republicans want to discredit Black Americans or Black American history in any way, they will use a Black person to spew negativity about a Black American holiday, about a Black American celebration, about Black American heritage, or in general about a Black American problem that's currently going on. But the problem is this: the Black person that they use will most likely have no ties to Black American history and no heritage connected to Black American history and culture and heritage. In other words, they will use Black immigrants to try to discredit Black Americans. Now, let me say this first before you guys get upset. I will say this: there is nothing wrong with being a Black immigrant or coming over into America as a Black immigrant. So them being a Black immigrant in itself isn't the problem. But the problem that I am having with some, not all, but some, is that they will come over here and believe the misconceptions and lies about Black Americans and basically run with it. Now, as it pertains to Black conservatives who don't have any connections or lineage to Black American heritage and culture, they oftentimes get used as blackface in place of Black Americans in order to push a lot of the agendas that some conservatives want them to push. And to be quite honest with you, I am very, very, very aggravated with that, because every year it's the same thing. It's the same complaints. Conservatives complain about Black History Month, which is a Black American celebration. They complain about the National Black Anthem. They complain about Juneteenth. They complain about Kwanzaa. It's pretty much, they complain about everything that has to do with the celebration of Black American culture and heritage. They complain about. But the problem I'm having with that is conservatives never do that when it comes to other races and cultures, heritage months, or celebrations of their culture. And I actually have a list pulled up for you today that shows you every culture and racist heritage month in the United States, which I'm going to show you right now. So of course we have February, which is Black History Month. Then we have March, which is Irish American and Greek American Heritage Month. Then we have April, which is Arab American and Scottish American Heritage Month. Then we have May, which is South Asian, Haitian Heritage, Asian Pacific American, and Jewish American Heritage Month. Then we have October, which is Filipino American Heritage Month, and Italian American Heritage Month. And finally, we have November, which is American Indian Heritage Month, and Alaska Native Heritage Month. So my question to a lot of conservatives is this: why complain every single year about Black History Month and acting like it's a foreign concept when you celebrate every other races and cultures, heritages in the United States? Or better yet, you don't say anything about it. You don't complain anything about it. You just let them celebrate it freely. Why complain about my people's Heritage Month when there are other races and cultures heritage months that go on just the same as Black History Month? That's my question. I don't understand the concept of complaining every year about something that you can't control, about complaining about something that has been in existence since the 1920s. I'm really not understanding. Can someone comment down below? What is the smoke with Black Americans and us celebrating our holidays and our culture and our heritage? Explain it to me, because it's not clicking. What's not clicking? It's not clicking for me, okay? And I'll also say this: many Black Americans grew up celebrating Black History Month. It has basically come natural to us. This is something that we're used to doing. This is something that we grew up doing. It's not a foreign concept to us, and it never will be. This is a tradition that we have been celebrating for years and years and years. I used to grow up singing the national Black anthem in church, and even when I was in middle school and high school, I participated in many Black History Month programs. Even one I'll show you right now of me singing a song by the Queen of Gospel, Mahalia Jackson. I was singing a song by her in a Black History Month program, and I'm going to show you this video right now.
How I got over, how I made it over. You know my soul is back and wonder, how did I make it over? How I made it over, going on over all these years. You know my soul is back and wonder, how did I make it over? Tell me how we got over. Had a mighty hard time coming on over. You know my soul is back and wonder, how did I make it over? Tell me how we got over. I've been falling and rising all these years, but you know my soul look back and wonder, how did I make it over? But soon as I can see Jesus, the man that died for me, the man that bled and suffered, and he hung on Calvary. And I want to thank him for how he brought me. And I want to thank God for how he taught me. Oh, thank my God how he kept me. I'm going to thank him because he never left me. Then I'm going to thank God for old-time religion. And I'm going to thank God for giving me a vision. One day I'll join the heavenly choir, and I'ma sing and never get tired.
So what's the point I'm trying to make? This is very normal to us. So stop trying to take away a piece of culture that is a part of us. Don't take that away from us. And you can't, honestly. You can't. It's embedded in us. It's embedded in our culture. And that's something that you just can't take away. You can go cry in the corner. You can go pout. You can keep complaining all you want. But it's not going to happen. Sorry. Which leads me into the second part of my video, which is, what exactly is the history behind Black History Month? Well, I'm just the person that you need to inform you on that. And thanks to the recent published article that I found from NPR.org, it actually explains the history very well from point A to point Z. So let's get into it. Carter G. Woodson, who is the father of Black history, that's what he's known as, first set out in 1926. Y'all heard that year, right? 1926, to designate a time to promote and educate people about Black history and Black culture, specifically Black American history and Black American culture. And he first established it as a week-long celebration, also called Negro History Week. And he basically used this week to educate and commemorate the Negro life and history. He said, quote, "The idea wasn't to place limitations, but really to focus and broaden the nation's consciousness," unquote, on Black history. Basically, that's what it's about. To spread awareness and educate people about Black American history, Black history. And according to the article, Woodson's goal from the beginning was to make celebration of Black history in the field of history a serious area of study. And this idea eventually grew into what we know today as Black History Month. And it turned that way. It turned into Black History Month in the 1960s, and from that point on, the rest is history. One vital piece of information that I forgot to mention that is very important was that February was not chosen because it was a short month or the shortest month of the year. It was chosen to commemorate both the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. Abraham Lincoln was influential in the emancipation of slaves, and Douglass was prominent in leading the abolition movement, for which he fought to end slavery as well. So February was not chosen because it was the shortest month of the year. Again, it was chosen to commemorate both the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. Now notice that Woodson wanted to make Black history a serious area of study, but we see today that still isn't happening, unfortunately, especially in our public schools, educating a lot of our children. So until that happens, we're going to keep celebrating Black History Month to shine a light on the information that people often want to dismiss or not talk about at all. And that's just going to be the way it is until things change. Now, in conclusion, leading into the last part of this video, I want to talk about something else concerning Black History Month as it pertains to politicians, companies, celebrities, and just a lot of people in general who act like they care about Black History Month when it's convenient for them and when they want to pander for the purpose of marketing and sales and clout or recognition or applause. And here are just some pictures and examples of what I mean. But the most recent one, and that has to be the most cringiest one I've seen that has come out recently, is Bath and Body Works display of Black history. Don't know how, but anyways, they basically wrapped a lot of candles that they normally sell anyways into kufi type African prints, and they're just literally reselling it in the name of Black History Month, basically making a profit off of Black Americans and our history. They're selling the same products that they normally sell. They didn't even come up with anything new. They're selling the same products that they normally sell, wrapping it in something that they think represents Black history, Black American history, and trying to make a profit off of us. And what's funny to me is, again, they didn't even have the dignity to make new scents. It's literally the old scents. What did I see? Champagne toast? I have that scent. Literally the same sin. They just wrapped it in something that they think represents Black American history. Anyways, and that's such a turnoff. Not only them, but many politicians and companies and celebrities are basically doing the same thing, trying to make a buck off of the struggles and the history and the culture of Black Americans. And this is what they do. They pander and act like they care about Black American issues, but after this time leaves, they go back to their regularly scheduled programs and go on with their daily lives. They don't care about legislation to get passed to help Black Americans. They only care about acting like they care, so that they can get their recognition, so they can get their applause, and they can get their money. And it's disappointing, but it's not surprising. So my suggestion to everyone is to not trust anyone who even looks as if they're making a profit off of our history and our pain. And don't be bamboozled, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys and how you have continued to engage in my videos despite my absence. Please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And drop down below any suggestions that you want to hear in my next video. I'll see you guys soon, and thank you for watching. Bye.